Hello there, welcome to my channel, Maze's Life, where I'm terrible at managing money, but trying to get better. So with today's video, I am going over my 2024 quarter one financial milestones. So let's just go ahead and get started. So if you want to see where I got this tracker, I got it from Personal Finance with Layla, Debt Over It, should be linked down below in my description. On the left hand side, I have all the different milestone categories that I would like to accomplish in the next 10 or so years, or within those 10 years, but some even sooner. I have my goal dates, and then I have my completion dates. And then in column E, this is where I started off in September of 2023. I went ahead and just froze the cell so that way we could still see where I started from going, as we go through the future. But let me go ahead and move this back. So quarter one of 2024 will be January, February, and March. So my Chase Freedom credit card, I'm not going to go too much over my debts because I go in detail over my debts month to month in my monthly debt confessions. There'll be a playlist linked down below if you would like to look at those. But here are my monthly breakdowns of my credit card debts. See here that it did eventually get less than from where we started, but not always. And then here are my loans, my loan current balances, and with the loan total debt, and then my total debt adding up the loans and the credit cards. I don't have any upcoming goal dates, but this USAA signature December 2024 goal date is the next one that I have that I hope to complete. So I need to have this card completely paid off by December 2024. And the reason why it is in bold, all three of these are in bold, is because that is when the balance transfer promotion term ends. So I want it to have it. It has to be paid before then, or else I may incur a lot of fees. Alright, so let's move down to this line 18. So another goal of mine is to one day buy a house, and to do that I will need to bring down my debt to income significantly. So I started off at 27.12%, and I'm now down to 27.51%. I took notes. I do want to start taking notes just a little bit to break down. So I recorded this amount on March 31st. My monthly debt payment was $1,668.46. With my primary income, because I do have a second job now, spoiler, I do have a second job now, but I'll only be tracking my primary income just in case of just in case when I go to buy a house, they don't count my second job with that income. So, if I were to get a house with an approved 50% DTI, that would give me $1,363.54 for a mortgage, which is roughly a $140,000 house at a 7% interest rate. And if you do not know, I live in California, so I could not buy a $140,000 house unless it's broke down in the middle of nowhere. So that's kind of why I want to get my debt to income down, is so that way I can afford more house. So I do think that I make good income, but I would like to be able to afford more house, and I can only do that if I bring down my debt to income. Alright. So this is my debt to income, not including the mortgage. 50% would be including the mortgage. Alright, so now my income here, my financial milestone is to increase my income to make $8,333 for 3 months in a row. These past 3 months, including my second job, I have made $6,084. All right. Then, something that I did not talk about in the last video, I reached my $1,000 emergency fund. I did it this quarter in February, but what I didn't talk about in my last video was how it was December and I did not reach it on my goal date. I did eventually reach it 2 months later in February, but I did not reach it on my goal date. It came, it went, I did not even notice it. I had some issues with my job and my income. You can hear more about that in my debt confession video from November and December. But once I finally got my back pay, I was able to get my $1,000 emergency fund. So that is why I've highlighted this whole row in green. All right. Moving down to this next line. So this next line that used to be just these little dashes, and that was because I'm not going to work on them until after I complete the previous milestone. So now that I will now be working on line 21 to save up a $3,000 emergency fund, and I am halfway there. Okay, and the rest of these will remain blank, so let's scroll on down. So these are my credit scores. I would like for my credit score to be over 750. This is my FICO 8, which I can see for free on Experian. This is my Vantage 3, which I can see for free on Credit Karma, Credit Sesame. And that's what it is currently as of March 31st. But my goal is to reach 750 credit score by the time I buy a house. So September 2027-ish area. All right, then moving down, we have something that I've not yet completed or even started, simply because I will wait until I've paid off my high interest debts. And that is the savings that I'll need to purchase a house. So the minimum savings that I would like is $10,000 to go towards a buyer's commission, $15,000 to go towards down payment, $10,000 to go towards a closing cost. And I will not start this for quite some time. Maybe in the year 2026 I'll be able to start this. But my goal is to get this down and done and paid in 2027, because my goal is to buy a house at the end of 2027, December 2027. So these are all dashes because it's just a yes or no. There is not really any progress that's made. Either I bought the house or I didn't. And as you can see, I have not. So moving down to something non-house related. So I would like to have $25,000 invested by March 2025. And I am on track. So this is my balance as of March 28th. And I'm on track to reach that $25,000 invested. If I don't have that, then maybe I'll invest into like a Roth IRA account. But here is where I'm at. Here is my progress from where I started. Alright, and just like with my emergency fund savings, these are left sort of not applicable because I will work on this first milestone before I tackle the others. But for my last milestone, it is to max out my Roth IRA contribution. I have not yet started doing that. I'll start that after I pay off my high interest debt. If you're wondering why I still invest, even though Dave Ramsey tells you not to, and that's because I have no choice due to the pension at my work. Alright, so that is it. That is the breakdown of the progress that I've made in quarter 1 of 2024 of my financial milestones. Thank you for following along. If you stayed to the end of the video, I'd love to have you join this journey with me. So hit subscribe, click the like, and leave a comment if you would like. My next video will be out tomorrow, so if you have any advice, please leave it down below, as I would greatly appreciate it. But other than that, thank you, and until then, thanks for watching, and see you in the next video. Bye-bye.